What's going on, everybody? Mr. JK here. Sorry about the delay, and I made a promise on Sunday and I didn't keep it. I'm sorry, everybody. I got a lot going on over here. So first off, personal matters in my life that I got going on that I need to do and take care of. So YouTube isn't going to be too much of a priority as of late recently. And I know I say that being a person that only spends so much time doing videos on here. Well, duh. But either way, that's neither here nor there. I will say this, that live stream I promise will have to be on Thursday, because at least I'm off on Thursday and I'm not working. And I hope to God I keep this promise, and I'm going to do it Thursday. I will accept nothing other than that. Until then, I got some videos for you guys, some quick videos for you guys. So just wanted to let you guys know the next video after this one will be a Fat Electrician video, and hopefully that'll come out on Wednesday, because I'll at least record the video on Tuesday and then edit and upload it on Wednesday, hopefully. Anyways, until then, here's a quick little video for you guys. This is by Frail's Presidents. This is President's Rank Grades K-12. And I got my own reservations about school grades myself. So yeah, and also get a little bit of my commentary on where I will place certain things. Some of these things I can barely remember, but I can remember more good times than bad for most. So yeah, let's get into the video in 3, 2, 1, go.
What is going on, gang-a-lang? We are back with another video, and this time around the Joe Dog is going to be ranking school grades. So I'll be
buddy, you're the last person I want to see rank school grades. Get the heck out of here.
Talking about how bangable grades K through 12 are.
No, I knew it. Oh, come on! I expected it. God damn it.
That is most certainly not the list we're doing, Joe. We're ranking personal experiences and how we enjoyed them, not the literal illegal thing you just said.
Well, why the hell did we?
It'll also get my personal experience as well for this little tier list they're doing.
Pick me?
Joe, you literally were the first person to jump out of their seat to do this list. You were quite literally jumping for joy at the thought of doing this list.
Yeah, because I thought we were ranking their smashability, not the grade itself. Besides, I'm like the oldest person here. How the hell
Brusky, why? Why?
am I supposed to remember what even went on back then? I barely remember what happened the other day.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why we let you do this.
Remember that it's because it's going to be funny seeing this old fart try to remember his past.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, joke's on you guys, because I actually have a very vivid memory where Father Gregory touched me in the 3rd grade. But
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Can you explain yourself there?
I'll tell that story when I get to that, because I'm going to try my hardest to rank these grades appropriately, and I might as well get started because I have 3 S-tier entries to start off. And I will explain why kindergarten, the 1st grade and 2nd grade all get S-tiers.
See, I don't get why you didn't put all of elementary school in here, because, like, isn't it all super freaking?
It's interesting because I also got it's interesting, right? You would think you would want to put all the K through all the elementary school ones in S, because those technically are the best days of your life, in my opinion. So I would say I have a little bit of fond memories in K. So K is definitely going in S tier. 1st grade, not so much. Barely remember anything. Same with 2nd grade. I would put both of those in B tier or C. No, C tier is perfect, because I barely remember both good and bad things.
Easy.
Listen, bro, some of us failed the 3rd and maybe even 4th grade, so I wouldn't say it's easy for all of us.
Why the hell are you saying
I would put 5th grade. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it.
some of us? By some, do you mean all the short bus kids that you sat with on your way to school? Did they even have buses back then? Was it the short wagon instead?
Listen, man, it was on horseback, but let me explain the S-tier entries before I get into what's next. Goddamn, allow a Joe to breathe. But I have the trio of kindergarten, 1st grade and 2nd grade all going into S-tier, because these are like the fine lines of childhood, and I feel like we all have generally positive and good memories of what happened back then. Heck, I remember one time where I had to pee really bad.
I remember going on a field trip one day. I think it's before Christmas in the year 2000 to like a museum. I can't remember exactly where we went, but they were like doing a screening for the Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version. In case anybody's wondering, and I believe after that we got a picture with Santa Claus. I can't remember if that was I believe it was kindergarten.
In the second grade. But my mommy put button-up jeans on me because I guess that was the trend back then. And I had a potty buddy with me at the time, and my little Joe hands couldn't unbutton the jeans, so I asked my buddy to help, and he couldn't either. So I just ended up pissing all up in my pants, and to throw off the people back in class, I rubbed some water and soap all over my jeans and wrapped my...
I mean, I feel like we've all done that at some point in our lives, but it's just hearing them say it.
My sweater around my waist and walked back into class.
That's gross Joe. But did it work?
No, the second I walked into class, the hot girl next to me immediately yelled out, "Joe has pissy pants," and everyone in the class pointed and laughed at me.
Voy a la playa, había subido la marea.
Yeah,
I
I
even
imagine
remember
so.
the teacher laughing at me, but despite all of that happening, I couldn't help but pop a chub during that humiliation ritual.
And I suddenly don't care for the story anymore.
I have my own story
Same.
from the first grade. It has nothing to do with the school, but more so my age. I remember I had to take a shit, but I was in the pool, so I just shoved my hand near my ass and let loose and grabbed it before it could become a floater.
Brother,
And I chucked it in some random direction in the bushes.
Why the hell?
I mean, I've done dumber shit, right? I've done dumber shit in school before. And like, it's just like in moments like that, like hits pings in my memory. I can barely remember what I did.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I was 6 at the time. Don't ask me why I did it. I was just a dumb kid.
Well, since we're sharing stories, I'll tell mine before you all beg me to, but my most embarrassing memory is that I pointed and laughed at a girl who pissed herself in our morning lineup for school in kindergarten, and she cried, and I had to be put in timeout.
Oh, that's not an embarrassing story. Dude, me and Joe had some genuine embarrassing stuff. And here you are bragging about making fun of a kindergartner peeing herself in front of everyone and how you were some badass who got in trouble. What the hell is wrong with you?
Well, I wouldn't say I was bragging.
You expect us to call you cool or something? What kind of lame-ass story is that?
Yeah, I'm glad me and Donald had funny stories because your
I got an embarrassing story,
story sucked, bro.
but it's not from not from these. I'll say it's between 4th and 5th grade. I got an embarrassing story.
It was just rude, and quite frankly, I did not enjoy it. God, let's just go past that because I am disgusted that Barack would say that to a pure, innocent, embarrassed, hot, and lonely kid. Let's instead talk about
Stop
the 3rd
it.
and 4th grade, which I have going into a year, because I feel like they banged too, but this was the ramp up to 5th grade, and you felt a sense of dread as a
Okay, I think it was more so in 5th grade, so I'll save it for 5th grade.
kid because middle school.
But yeah, I'm actually okay with that placing. I actually have more fond memories in 3rd grade and 4th grade. I still barely remember shit back then. I can't even remember what school I went to.
Was coming up, and you started changing more and more, and things were still kind of the same.
But yeah, I have more fond memories of this time period. I think it was like Joy Prep, was it? Joy Prep Academy. Like a little bit of fond memories here and there. I think like right around this time it would be like early 2000s, so around like Spider-Man 1, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1 around this time.
But not really.
Came out.
Wait, before you forget, tell us.
Oh no, that was 2nd to 3rd. No, that was 2nd grade. 1st, 2nd grade. Okay, so yeah, S tier. I agree with that placing. Took a while for me to get there. 1st, 2nd grade. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I was there for 3rd grade. I might have been. Though I think I had to repeat a few grades a few times.
The story about Father Gregory Joe.
Do we really need to hear about what that man did to Joe?
Well, it might be funny, so who knows?
Yeah, well, about that.
I got a feeling it's not.
Well, I might have fibbed a little. See, it wasn't really Father Gregory who touched me, but rather it was the opposite. I may or may not have forced Father Gregory into doing some inappropriate things with me. I don't know why I wanted him, but I wanted him, and the young Joe dog was going to get what he wanted. See,
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Homie, what's wrong with you?
it was Bible camp, and it was me and Father Gregory all alone in the Camp Lake and boy. He had a set of paws on him, but I was trying to get him to swing to me from the rope, but he was scared to jump to me.
What
he
is
knew the
wrong
demons
with
that
you?
were inside of me, but he knew that he wasn't going to stop the Joe dog from getting his stankiness on. And the best part about it all, even if he tried to report me or tell someone else, they would never believe him. Man, oh man, what a great summer.
What the hell? Joe, what is wrong with you?
What? You guys wanted a story, and I gave you all a story.
Extremely.
You know, this shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it is totally so funny. Whatever happened to
I mean,
Father
I can kind of see the humor in it, but at the same time, what the fuck?
Gregory after?
Oh, they found his lifeless body in the woods the next year, but surprisingly, it had nothing to do with me. It was actually connected to a series of unrelated murders, and he happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I am not so.
I'm not
sure I want
unpacking
this
that.
lore to continue.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not unpacking that. Move on.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Continue, man. This is way too much lore for my own good, and I think I need a cleanse.
Yeah,
Can we
same.
please talk about the list again and preferably not include a core Joe memory?
I mean, it's what the people want, but whatever. Up next, we now have 5th and 6th grade both going into C tier.
Okay, merits of story time. So this is, again, we're going into like elementary to middle school. I peed myself when we were out playing in the park. I got in trouble, of course. Yeah, but otherwise from that, I've had more fond memories because I believe it was Owen Academy. I believe I think it was a public school, Owen Academy. I think one of my best memories, I would say, I guess I would put 5th and 6th. I would put 5th and 6th in S tier because more fond memories there. I would say best fond memories. I would say the highlight of my day once I got to that point is going into a swim class first. Because we had like, I don't know if it was a swim club or swim class, but we got to swim the pools and stuff. So that was a highlight. And then at the end of the year, that same swim class, we have a field trip and we will all go to the water park. So yeah, I would say I'll put those in S tier for that alone.
I don't remember enjoying 5th grade that much because it's the last hurrah and people move and you see friends gearing up to part ways because middle school might separate them and it's kind of sad looking back. And
Yeah, but I would still put it in A and S tier.
6th grade is a mess
5th would be in A, 5th would be in S tier, 6th would be in A.
because it's like you enter the lion's den with all these new kids and you get classes with people you might not know and you basically have to start from scratch again. Did I also mention that you have to learn harder stuff in school? The
Yep.
Joe dog does not like learning.
I don't know, man. I really enjoyed middle school and had no problems making friends and acclimating to classes.
Oh, look at the badass over here who didn't get bullied or have a tough time when entering.
Yep. Also got bullied. In this case, I would knock 5th to A and then 6th to B, just for those alone, and also the aforementioned incident I did.
During the 6th grade. Don't worry, Joe, I understand your struggle because when I was in the 6th grade, I got made fun of because I was the kid with the least amount of servants and the other kids would pick on me for being poor and only eating caviar once a week during lunch. But those fuckers got the taste of their own
Dude, this fucking lore of like the asshole, like born with a silver spoon in his mouth Trump is funny.
medicine once the Don got his revenge.
What would you do to your bullies, Donald? I kind of just developed my fetish for pain and humiliation more, and at a certain point, they realized I was enjoying
that explains a lot.
all, and they stopped bullying me sadly.
Oh, I just paid off ICE and had their servants deported, and then I was top dog once again. All it took were some icy phone calls if you catch my drift.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God, you are a terrible person, Donald. What did those innocent servants do to deserve that?
Oh, they did nothing to me. Were probably wonderful people, but they were merely casualties in the battle.
I respect you standing your ground, Donald. It's just a shame that Barack would never understand because apparently he was the big bully back then.
Man, Only said
Okay.
that, pointed and laughed at one girl who peed herself in elementary school. I don't even think I learned my alphabet by that age. I've never
And let's be honest, we've all laughed at that one person.
bullied anyone else after that, nor have I inappropriately touched my priest like Joe apparently has. Nor have I deported a bunch of innocent people for merely doing their jobs. But sure, I'm the bad guy in all of this.
No, man, you're spouting fake news, and we refuse to buy into the Barack agenda. But let's continue on with the list
Not
before we
him
let this
saying
mean
that.
bully ruin it for the rest of us. And up next, we now have 7th grade going into B tier. See, this is kind of
Okay, yeah, I'll accept 7th grade in B tier. As a matter of fact, for me, 7th and 8th grade, no, B is just perfectly fine. We had to move in with our auntie because our school was next to where she lived, so we stayed with her for like almost a large majority of the time in order for us to get through 7th and 8th grade.
where things start to ramp up and get better because you're more in the know now and you've acclimated to the school lifestyle. Then after we have 8th grade, and this is another A tier because this is when you feel like you're top dog, but the threat of entering high school looms over you.
I have a different experience. For me, I barely passed. I barely passed these two. Like for me, it's like middle school, barely passed.
And you're in the same predicament where you were in the 5th grade, but by now you've already figured out how to jerk off. So you're having a blast by this time of year, and that's why it's not going that low.
Excuse me. Are you really putting that in A tier just because you figured out how to play with yourself by that grade?
I mean, yeah.
He's valid as hell for that.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong. Not that I've played with myself at that point in time.
Even lie.
See, Donald has my back in this, but guys, we're entering the danger zone now because we have our first
All right.
D tier in the 9th grade. This is
Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree. 9th grade, well, at least for me, 9th grade, I will put in B. It was good middle of the road. It wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad, and it wasn't too great.
like the worst version of 6th grade because you enter a bigger school with even less people that you know, and you see all the scary upperclassmen who look like grown-ass men as everyone in your grade is just bumbling through puberty.
That's actually somewhat accurate, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
really got along with all my upperclassmen. They were actually pretty cool dudes. I even won,
Same.
high school
I think I annoyed one of my upperclassmen a few times because of my hyperactiveness. Yeah, I had a hyperactive spaz period in my life when I got into 9th grade, when I got into high school. So,
basketball state championship with the Punahou Buff and Blue back in 1979.
So you're saying that you were a jock? You totally sound like an asshole bully right now who would stuff kids into lockers right now.
No, I was nice to everyone.
This dude was definitely an asshole. But tell me, were the team showers nice?
What?
I'm glad you get rid of the top portion of this. You're left with an F. I'll see myself out.
A few moments later.
Okay, enough jokes aside.
Nothing. Now moving on 10th grade. I actually have this going into B tier because
Yeah, I agree with B tier.
this is where you're getting more of your bearings. And
Interesting enough, I had more fun in high school than I thought I did. I would say right around like 10 or 9. So yeah, 10 and 9 will be B tier for me. 11 and 12 is C. Because it was a struggle bus.
are no longer the bottom feeder freshie getting ready to get pounced on. It's not as good as 11th grade though, because I have that going into A tier. Now this is where you got even more cooler and even had some fun preying on the freshies because you've earned your right to do so.
Why are you talking about this like it's some sort of Animal Planet documentary?
But the interesting thing is, that's not too accurate. That's not too inaccurate.
I swear that if anyone was being odd, it was probably just you and Donald trying to get at all the freshman girls.
What do you mean, man? I was normal, and actually I was also a 3-sport athlete where I played 1 season each of football and soccer, but my best sport was baseball, where I pitched and played first base. But then my love for food came, and I definitely forgot about all that, because why would I exercise when I can just eat and watch TV?
Yeah, we're the normal ones here, Barack. But now that you mentioned sports, I do remember playing football in my final year of high school. And speaking of the 12th grade,
Our high school did have a pool class or a swimming club, but I didn't join. As a matter of fact, I think it was a few things I didn't enjoy when I was in high school. I think that's one of them. I know we had like a driver's training thing going on. I didn't participate in it like a goddamn dumbass. And that leads me to where I am today. I got this driver's training book I'm looking into so I can get my license. Yeah, add that to another list of things I got going on in my life.
I may as well rank our last entry because I have this going straight into S tier. I remember someone telling me
Okay.
that I would be able to get any girl I wanted if I played sports, so I mastered the art of football and even played some outfield on the baseball team, but I was actually the star wide receiver in football.
Oh,
I
really?
remember winning the big game before prom, and I had so much clout that I was able to ask out this baddie for prom.
And the exact opposite. I was a loner.
And you bet your bottom dollar the Joe Dog took her to Pound Town, as Sexy Red would say. She was the most beautiful freshman because she actually entered high school early and skipped a couple of grades.
Wait, did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Did you say a couple?
Did I
Yeah,
just
like
hear
2 or
that?
3 or something. But listen, man, she was mature for her age.
Oh, wait, let me get this straight. So the average high school freshman is between 14 and 15 years old, and you said she skipped a couple of grades, meaning that it's at least 2 grades, and you even said 3, so I'm going to go with that number. So that means she was either 11 or 12. Joe, what the hell?
The fuck?
Dude, I didn't know you were such a player back in the day. Nice one, Joe.
I know, man. I knew playing football wasn't such a waste once I bagged that baddie.
Oh my God, I think I'm going to either go insane or be sick to my stomach.
Just
Both.
don't tell anyone, or else you'll end up like Father Gregory.
Brusky, why? Brusky, why? All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be... What the heck is this? Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.